Excuse me, sir. I would like to open a bank account, but I don't really know much about banks. Is there anything you can help me with? I really would like to open a bank account.
Well, young man, what is it you would like to know?
Um, well, what are banks for?
To make money?
For the customers?
No, for the banks.
Why doesn't bank advertising mention this? They usually say it's for the customers.
Well, it would not be in good taste, but it is mentioned by implication in references to reserves of 249 million or thereabouts. That is the money they have made.
They also mention assets of 500 million. Have they made that too?
Not exactly. That is the money they used to make.
I see. And they keep it in a safe somewhere?
Not at all. They lend it to customers.
Then they haven't got it?
No.
Then how is it assets?
They maintain that it would be if they got it back.
But they must have some money in a safe somewhere.
Yes, usually 500 million or thereabouts. This is called liabilities.
But if they've got it, how can they be liable for it?
Because it isn't theirs.
Then why do they have it?
It has been lent to them by customers.
You mean customers lend banks money?
In effect, they put money into their accounts, so it is really lent to the banks.
And what do the banks do with it?
Lend it to other customers.
But you said that money they lent to other people was assets.
Yes,
Then assets and liabilities must be the same thing.
you can't really say that.
But you've just said it. If I put $100 into my bank account, the bank is liable to have to pay it back. So it's liabilities. But they go and lend it to someone else, and he is liable to have to pay it back, so it's assets. It's the same $100, isn't it?
Yes, but
Then it cancels out. It means, doesn't it, that banks haven't really any money at all?
theoretically,
Never mind theoretically, and if they haven't any money, where do they get their reserves of 249 million?
I told you that is the money they have made.
How?
Well, when they lend your $100 to someone, they charge them interest.
How much?
It depends on the bank rate, say 5.5%. That's their profit.
Why isn't it my profit? Isn't it my money?
It's the theory of banking practice that
When I lend them my $100, why don't I charge them interest?
you do.
You don't say. How much?
It depends on the bank rate, say 0.5%.
But that's only if you're not going to draw the money out again. But of course I'm going to draw it out again. If I hadn't wanted to draw it out again, I could have buried it in a garage somewhere. Couldn't I?
They wouldn't like you to draw it out again.
Why not? If I keep it there, you say it's a liability. Wouldn't they be glad if I reduce their liabilities by removing it?
No, because if you remove it, they can't lend it to anyone else.
But if I wanted to remove it, they'd have to let me.
Certainly.
But suppose they've already lent it to another customer.
Then they'll let you have someone else's money.
But suppose he wants his money and they've let me have it.
Now you're being purposely obtuse.
I think I'm being acute. What if everyone wanted their money at once?
Well, it's the theory of banking practice that they never would.
So what banks bank on is not having to meet their commitments?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, if there's nothing else you think you can tell me,
Quite so. Now you can go off and open your banking account.
wait, just one last question.
Of course.
Wouldn't I do better to go off and open a bank instead of a bank account?